Hello. As some of you know, these last couple weeks in class, we had a discussion and vote about the MCU 2021 in review, where we looked at 15 different categories and we selected nominees in each one of those categories and then selected a winner from each one of those categories. And also, as some of the friends of the class know, many of you helped out and provided your responses and your votes for the categories as well. So I wanted to give an update, a quick update as to how the vote turned out from both the class and the friends of the class. So first, here was what each category and each nominee was going for. Here's our MCU 2021 Best of trophy from our class and from the podcast. So the first category was best storyline. This is the overall theme of the series or movie, and the nominations, which were decided beforehand by myself and the student with the student's help. The nominations are WandaVision and the theme of dealing with trauma, Spider-Man and the theme of accepting responsibility and sacrifice, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, dealing with the themes of race, trauma, and responsibility, Loki, dealing with the themes of self-love and trust, and then Shang-Chi dealing with the theme of reaching one's potential. Now, what we had for the class vote was Loki won with the theme of self-love and trust. The friends of the class vote came out to WandaVision winning with the theme of dealing with trauma. The next was best character arc. So this is the character development, from the beginning to the end of either the movie or the series. So once again, we had Wanda Maximoff from WandaVision, Loki from Loki, Peter Parker in Spider-Man No Way Home, Sam Wilson in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Clint Barton in Hawkeye. The class voted on Peter Parker from Spider-Man No Way Home. The friends of the class vote went to Wanda Maximoff in WandaVision. The best villain, we had Ultron from the What If animated series, Agatha Harkness from WandaVision, He Who Remains from Loki, Kingpin from Hawkeye, and Wenwu from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. The class voted on and decided on Ultron from the What If animated series. And the friends of the class stuck with WandaVision and awarded that to Agatha Harkness as the best villain. The next category was the best reveal. So this is something we didn't see coming, or it was the reveal of the true villain or turn of the story. So the options were, the nominees were Portals, you know what I'm referring to, from Spider-Man No Way Home, Agatha Harkness from WandaVision, Daredevil and Spider-Man No Way Home, He Who Remains and Loki, and also Kingpin and Hawkeye. The class voted and discussed, and they chose Portals from Spider-Man No Way Home. And the friends of the class vote chose Portals from Spider-Man and also at the reveal of Agatha Harkness from WandaVision. Our next category was best supporting character. And this was for whatever reason a person wanted. It could be because of their own character arc. It could be because of things that they did in the story, the comedic value they brought. The nominees were Aunt May from Spider-Man No Way Home, Norman Osborn from Spider-Man No Way Home, Mobius from Loki. We also had MJ from Spider-Man No Way Home, Zemo from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Darcy Lewis from WandaVision. Now, a surprise when we were discussing as a class, people actually wanted to give a write-in for Ned from Spider-Man No Way Home. So if that gives you any hint, you were correct as to who won. The class vote went to Ned from Spider-Man No Way Home, and the friends of the class vote went to Mobius from Loki. The next, we had best leading character. Again, this was for whatever reason a person chose. We had Wanda Maximoff from WandaVision, Peter Parker from Spider-Man No Way Home, Loki from the Loki series, Sam Wilson from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Vision from WandaVision, and Shang-Chi from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. The class on this agreed with the friends of the class vote and both selected Wanda Maximoff from WandaVision as the best leading character from the 2021 slate of MCU projects. Next, we looked at best mid or end credit scene. And again, this was for whatever reason a person chose. So we had the reveal of White Vision and WandaVision, the end credit scene of the mid credit scene of Loki and the Void and the Loki series, the appearance of Wong and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and then also the end credit scene where we checked in on the Ten Rings and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And then we had the confrontation between Pietro and Monica Rambeau in WandaVision. So the class voted and selected the Pietro Monica altercation in WandaVision, whereas the friends of the class vote chose Loki and the Void from the Loki series. The next category we talked about was the best surprise. So this was a series or a movie that you ended up enjoying more than you originally thought you would. For whatever reason, you enjoyed it more than you anticipated or thought you would going into that series. So we had 6 nominees: WandaVision, Loki, What If, Shang-Chi, Hawkeye, and Spider-Man. The class voted for WandaVision, and the friends of the class agreed on WandaVision and also added the What If animated series. Best comedic relief, we had 7 nominees in this category. So we had Katie from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Ant-Man from the What If series, Darcy Lewis from WandaVision, the Red Guardian from Black Widow, Jimmy Woo from WandaVision, the Tracksuit Mafia from Hawkeye, and Karun from the Eternals. The class selected Katie from Shang-Chi, and this was a bit of a close one. It actually came down to a coin flip between Katie from Shang-Chi and Darcy Lewis from WandaVision. And as you see, the friends of the class vote came up with Darcy Lewis from WandaVision. So next we went on to the best newcomer. So this was a person or a character making their debut in the MCU in 2021. And we had Mobius from Loki, Agatha Harkness from WandaVision, Shang-Chi from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Monica Rambeau from WandaVision, Kate Bishop from Hawkeye, Yelena from Black Widow and Hawkeye, and then Sylvie from Loki. The class vote and discussion came up with Kate Bishop from Hawkeye, and the friends of the class vote selected Agatha Harkness from WandaVision. The best heel is what we looked at next, and this was the character that we loved to dislike. The nominees were John Walker from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Ravonna Renslayer from Loki, Director Hayward from WandaVision, and then Sprite from the Eternals, and also Icarus from the Eternals. The class chose John Walker from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and so did the friends of the class chose John Walker. And then we get to the red herring. So this is the character that distracted us from the actual villain or turn of the story. So the nominees were Pietro in WandaVision, the Deviants in Eternals, Wen-Wu in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Belena in Black Widow, and then Dottie in WandaVision. The class vote came out with Dottie from WandaVision, and the friends of class vote selected Pietro from WandaVision. And now we get to the best movie out of the 4 MCU proper considered movies of 2021. There was Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Eternals, and then Spider-Man No Way Home. The class voted Spider-Man No Way Home, and they agreed with the friends of the class vote on that one. Then we got to best series. There were 5 series that were put out on Disney Plus this year, and they were WandaVision, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, and Hawkeye. After discussion, the class agreed with the friends of the class vote on WandaVision. And then to close it out, we had the best project. So this was all of the movies and series combined that were considered MCU canon. So again, to run through the nominees: WandaVision, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, Black Widow, What If, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Hawkeye. After discussion, the class voted Spider-Man No Way Home, and the friends of the class vote went to WandaVision. So what's really, really fun about this class is seeing a lot of times what I think might happen in some of these votes and discussions, and then what ends up happening and when we look at the differences between the friends of the class vote and the class vote, in many of these instances, the friends of the class really, really liked WandaVision, and the students really liked WandaVision, but other characters and other projects won out in some instances. And one thing that I think is really cool and important and interesting to point out is the students in the class actually talked about how WandaVision was more of a slow burn for a lot of the students because they didn't understand all of the references and everything that was how it was being used in the sitcom format, whereas myself and a lot of the friends of the class, we really appreciated the way that story was told through those classic sitcoms moving from the 50s up to the 2000s. And so if you want to listen to the full class discussion, please do so. I will link to the podcast in these notes. And please, this was a lot of fun. If you agree with these, let me know. If you have other ideas, please let's have that discussion also. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much. Bye.